possible. And the real simple answer for everybody out there for Riki mid,
кто может
it's either
меня
going to look
победить.
really good or really
Это я
bad.
сам.
There's pretty much no in between. So,
вижу всё.
Liquid fan, see how that goes. I mean, this is upper bracket, so you can throw out some curveballs, right? You still have an extra life to work with.
That is true. This is just not, this isn't even in my top 10 heroes I think of when I hear
Yatoro, he might actually die here.
Yes,
He slims back and down he goes. First blood for Liquid. That's why they picked Riki, because he wasn't there at all.
Yes.
He
was cheering them on from mid and that gave them the morale.
You're expecting Riki to never be there.
Yatoro did get the rune, so it was a 3-rune trade-off for first blood. It's relatively even. It's mainly about how impactful the experience is going to be for the heroes that pick that up. Like getting a faster level 2 in a lane could maybe lead to a secondary kill, and then all of a sudden it's really good. The Weaver is going to be, I think, quite tough for them to kill in this bottom lane.
Well, another hero we haven't really talked about is Tiny for Mr. Laurel. And that would
Very
be the mid
true.
lane. I have missed this as a core so much. Why do they pick it here?
Yeah, who knows? I think they don't even know themselves by the...
Good.
Judging from the interviews, we're just looking at the... Like, what do you want to play today, buddy? Oh, you want to play for top 3 TI? Oh, okay. I guess you can play Riki, Misha.
Well,
Yeah,
comfort picks, I suppose.
I think what Tiny does offer in this game is he's a really good assassination partner with Grimstroke. So if you jump some of these more frail heroes, like Riki has a relatively low HP pool and can't really use his spells during the Avalanche Toss combo. You can kill the supports very easily. Both Willow and Disruptor kind of die if they get jumped by a Tiny with Inkswell on him. And you have a little bit of an extra thing that I don't want to overlook too much in this game. I think Mira can have a relatively big impact on Invoker with a level in Sunstrike. Just 1 point after the change to how Sunstrike scales with Exort, it does a lot of damage level 1. Probably not going to see him skill it right now, but it could be an earlier thing in the game that we see a lot of.
Some early aggression. Moxie taking a brunt of a lot of damage from Spirit by trying to keep Yatoro at bay. Oh, more right clicks. Moxie barely survives. Get close enough to use that Inkswell to full effect, but directing a lot of damage Liquid's way.
Yeah, Grim Weaver is very strong against Brewmaster in particular. It seems like the Weaver was a direct counter pick when they saw this come out from Liquid as their overall first choice of the game. See how Zai manages to deal with what should be a very unfavorable matchup in that bot lane. And it only gets worse, because when Grimstroke and Weaver both hit level 3, it just ramps up to 11 very fast. Tornado?
Gold Snap Tornado onto Insania. Decent amount of damage. Collapse, of course, it is daytime, so he is half a hero at the moment.
Yeah, he's running double bracers against a weak lane though, so he's just gonna farm. I don't think they can really stop him from getting CS in this lane. At the same time though, it's probably also not the worst lane matchup for Mickey either. Minute 5, it's gonna get tricky. So Invoker Nightstalker suddenly transforms into a monster lane. For the time being, pretty good. Nice little play there with the glimpse from Insane. Should earn him.
Radiant's
Beautifully
courier
done.
has
Very
been
gorgeous.
killed.
Like shot.
Collapse
That's the
actually
courier.
got it because of the cold
Dire's
snap.
courier has
Down
been
there.
killed.
Spirit. Thought the glimpse was gonna earn them a Lotus, but didn't.
See how effective this Night Stalker is going to be. This is not a hero we see all too often these days. There was a time for it, of course. Back in your day, a few years ago. It was a mid hero.
When's the last time you've seen Night Stalker mid? I thought you've seen it in pro game.
High. Blood grenade there. Inkswell as well. Yatoro. Credit for that one.
This lane is so nasty because as soon as Willow uses Brambles, if they either don't connect or expire on the lane, Brewmaster is just defenseless. You're literally just Shikuchi in with, you drop the Swarm, you Shikuchi in, you Inkswell level 2 on the Weaver, and he just runs on top of him, and Willow can do nothing but look as her Brewmaster just inevitably dies. So very tough matchup here. You sign up for this when you first pick Brew in this patch. Teams are starting to figure out how to really deal with this guy in lane, and yeah, Zai is already trailing by about 1,000 behind Yatoro, so pretty much the entire net worth lead of the Radiant side is in this lane. And in the meantime, silently, 12 denies top for Night Stalker. So laning stage going very, very well for Spirit in this one.
Mid lane, relatively close on CS, a little bit more on the deny side for the Spirit side. Tiny V. The Riki. I mean, were you expecting this to be any different? No, it's not traditional mid at all.
Yeah, I don't really have much experience to draw upon here, but
I would say there's a lot of games when you get Turbo more than probably the matchup.
I mean, instinctively, I would say this is probably a slightly better lane for Tiny, but Riki floats quite a lot of lanes, especially against melee heroes, so I guess it's kind of just going to be a wash. And the most important thing for both teams, really, is that their mid laners start getting involved in some sort of correct action. But Riki is an awkward mid laner in that respect because he doesn't truly unlock his rotations until he gets Diffusal Blade. If you compare that to a hero like Pango, who also goes Diffusal, well, Pango has a lot more to offer before he's level, before his Diffusal comes out. Riki has these two little jumps that do some damage, but it's not Pangolier tier.
Collapse now can bully a bit, thanks to the Ignite time. Bottom lane, Yatoro taking heavy damage. As much pressure as he can, Zai's gonna take a Thunder Clap, Opto want to stay alive. Yatoro does end up getting the kill, but the damage coming out from Boxy in that Shadow Realm, just too much to handle, so ends up being a 1-for-1.
Half a second left in the Shikuchi there, so nice for Liquid to find that trade. That was very close to just being one-sided.
Have a toss from Laurel, he's level 6 first. Not that either of these ults are be that crazy in lane.
It does offset. I mean, at this point, Riki should be getting out CS by Gruel, right? Like now, the damage discrepancy is so big that Laurel should get more or less every CS once. Not lucky enough to get the rune though, and covered by Mikoshka, who has to. Okay.
He gets the double damage. He gets stunned. Do they have the vision? The sentry just in range, and down goes Nisha.
Yeah, did he?
Very greedy.
Did he have vision of them there on his server? That must have been pretty close to seeing the Grim. Maybe he was just outside the range there, so he thought that he could just tricks down and take that rune. So nicely played from Mikoshka, just being slightly on the right side there. Now that's a big kill. Top 3 networks inside favor now of TSpirit.
Another Ink spell. The push to change to this spell. It's going to cost him Mikoshka life.
Really deep for this.
He will die, but Grimstroke as a full Syndrome.
Yep.
Change is absolutely insane. What you can do with just having that as a toggle wheel, or whatever you want to call it. Being able to activate it whenever.
I'm not really sure what the plan there was from Mikoshka. If he was trying to zone out the Willow and then maybe steal the Wisdom Rune. At this level, that is very unlikely to work. Ends up getting punished and killed by the Riki. As Insania takes a little bit of space mid. So Disruptor as a support, not the strongest laner, and very level dependent. So when you're playing this as a 4, if he falls too far behind, it's rough. So nice for him to get a bit of space.
Gonna get silence, pops up into the air, Inkswell's there as well. That's 2 deaths on the mid Riki. Toro gone up by Zai and Boxy, but he has the Shikuchi to enough distance away. So great from Liquid so far. We talked about this Riki potentially being either amazing or terrible. So far, it's on the latter side, Syndra. Still early though.
Yeah, but the hero, the way it works, right, is that
it is snowballing.
Yeah, if it does fall behind, it can very easily become a liability, especially given the matchups that it has. Get caught by Nightstalker Silence, probably dead. Get comboed by Tiny. We've already seen that a couple times, so gotta be very, very careful if you're Nisha here.
Mikoshka, oh, nice tricks of the trade to dodge out the Inkswell. Nisha will get a kill as a result. Collapse. Going on to the Spectre. This is in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. Big kill for Spirit again.
Yeah, Liquid had both of their supports mid there trying to get the additional kill onto Laurel, but that was just not going to happen. Riki, when you've expended both your Blink Strikes to kill the first hero, that's kind of the end of the play. Like, there's nothing more to be gained.
Radiant's middle tower
Spirit immediately identify that this hero positioning from Liquid is punishable, and they jump on that spec. And lane Nisha, good smoke screen.
Damage here.
Trouble here if he gets out.
Blink Strike onto the creep wave. We're going to see a primal split from Zai, who's shown up. Mikoshka's going to die. And if they can take out Laurel, this would be a very needed kill for Liquid. And it looks like they'll do just that. Avalanche is going to provide a little bit of space, but nobody has come to his aid. Now goes the Tiny. Good use of the, I believe that's the first primal split of the game from Zai.
That looked like Spirit were actually going to cause some trouble for Nisha with a sentry into silence, but he jumped away in time. Now Boxy.
And crippling fear, just so
live for now.
Boxy.
And now he's going to die.
No,
it was technically correct. He did live for now. Just a very short amount of time.
Now is a very short duration of time for you.
I mean, now, yeah.
And everyone. Looks back into into the kinetic field. Mickey gonna get some right click stop, trying to TP out. Nisha's here as well, but too much damage onto Collapse. So the mid Riki is getting involved a bit now, Syndra.
I'm loving the rotations in this game. Both teams are playing very... It's just beautiful Dota, you know, they're rotating very well around each other. They're bringing the right numbers to get the kills. Very clearly tell that both teams kind of have identified that in this game, the style is what's going to be.
Zai's going to get caught out by the Avalanche. Inkswell to follow. It's just a perma-stun with the cost. Just incredible.
Nick is probably in trouble too here, maybe.
Get silenced. Martha's going to pursue. Does not have the Avalanche quite yet. Yataro's there with the Shikuchi, and down goes another core for Liquid. All they lose on the Spirit side is support, at least for now. Tricks the trade. Nisha. Quick strike away as Laurel getting relatively low, so Nisha can try to finish this off. Sana getting some right clicks towards the inevitable end, and they're able to take out Laurel in the end, which is much needed for them as well as Yatoro. Time lapses to get some HP back, looking for Insane. A couple more right clicks are enough. Puts down his ult, but not to do that much. A little bit too late as well. Attempted TP from Yatoro, the damage! Not there! Yatoro lives. He does it again.
That was so close in so many ways. The TP was close, the smoke screen was close to connecting. I don't know if Insania had kinetic field ready and he could have maybe got it off too, but it's like he died instantly after getting static storm off. So very marginal situations here in this game, and you love to see it. You know, a lot of the games in this patch have started getting a little bit slower, a little bit more static. Both teams are all over the place. Like they're just roaming, essentially 4 heroes on each team. If not even all 5 have started being involved all around the map, and makes the game very unpredictable, and you really got to stay on your toes if you're both teams. You know you can't just sit back and chill because next move is coming for you at any moment. You wonder who the next target's going to be. The big winner in all of this has to be Nisha, right? He's almost got Diffusal, he's top net worth. We talked about Riki not falling behind being important, and that has definitely been accomplished here by Liquid. So that Diffusal will be arriving now on the Courier, and they're instantly going to put it to use with a smoke. Maybe looking to find Collapse if they can.
Riki with that ult.
Radiant are scanning.
Extra XP for kills and assists, so the fact that he was roaming around a lot helped his game tremendously. Level 10 right now. For another, but Collapse can feel it. Daytime again. Carl has his Dragon Lance, can go for the Death, so Carl, he's going to be spotted. Static Storm inside that kinetic field. Mickey is here as well. They have the damage to take out Laurel. He's going to get glimpsed back into Zai's arms with that Thunderclap. He's going to get tossed away though. Already lost their grip stroke to start. The Primal Split is there from Zai to take out Laurel. So 2 big kills from Liquid. They're going to lose their Dark Ruler in the process. Is Yatoro coming with the Shikuchi as well? Swarm onto several heroes. It's going to be a lot of damage. They don't take this off. It's Collapse getting pursued now by Mickey, going to get glimpsed back and will die on the cliff. Sadie gets right click down into Oblivion by Yatoro, attempting to TP out again. Can he do it again? Yes! How many times is he going to get away with this?
He does make some clutch escapes, but Liquid's still taking some good fights. I do favor that result for them until this happens. If Riki dies, it's
silence, so no trick to the trade point yet. Ixwell's there, they have the damage.
Now that is huge, because that's basically bigger than the rest of the fight combined almost. Laurel getting the last hit there is going to allow him to pick up a Blink Dagger, and that is the game changer, because now these Inkswell into Blink Dagger combinations come into play. You can one-shot kill either support, and maybe even Riki. I think it's kind of close, but he might die, especially if they get 1 point in X-Sword on Mira. Hasn't opted to go for it so far on level 7. We've seen some support invokers get a value point when they're playing with a lot of stuns, and this was one of those games that it could come into play, but still holding on to a 3-4 build.
Mickey will have that Blade Mail very shortly. Going to be going for the Radiance build as well, so we'll be starting that now, essentially.
Radiant are scanning.
Has his Diffusal. Manta next.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
here is this tower
is under
not even
attack.
touched yet.
Dire are
I
scanning.
guess in comparison to the... Okay.
Toro. Let's find him.
Oh.
He's going to watch him go through the gate.
Yeah, I can't really do much about that one. I guess in comparison to the other games in this series, Collapse has been quieter, right? And they did pick his hero last, so the question is, when is this big payoff going to come from this Night Stalker? He's currently 1, 2, and 2.
Oh, plays.
Oh, the
Smoke
thing.
screen. Shadow Realm is going to provide a little bit of cover for Boxy. Gets up a nice terrorize onto 2 as well. He will likely die in the process, but this saves his Riki mid. Mr. Nisha will survive as a result of this. Will cost him a tier 1 tower though. This is the first rotation, and Laurel showing off the blink now.
Yeah. Blink immediately when he got the smoke screen, so Nisha didn't get to get an instance of damage on him. Could have changed things perhaps. We'll claim that tower as you said. Liquid trying to get a little bit of a trade down bottom, but they have the same pushing prowess in their lineup. Their lineup's actually just flat out really bad at taking towers aside from Brew. Right? That's the one hero that will get that done.
But he's so good, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he has to commit his ult to get it done. Okay, Zai.
Primal Split is there. They're going to provide some cover, but will be surrounded and eventually brought down.
That's a Shadow Step and a Primal Split.
Mira.
Okay. So find Miposhka.
Yep, another support kill. Going the way of Liquid, so take out both of them from Spirit's side. Laurel without a support, not really comfortable going in for kind of initiation. Level 10 right now. Zai has that Midas, by the way. So getting some extra levels on the Brew. Pretty normal pickup from this. Sometimes you see like something before that.
I think Liquid have to be a bit careful here. Maybe they're overstepping.
Avalanche onto 2 from Laurel. Static Storm being applied though on the other side of the fight is Collapse, taking a lot of damage. He's completely isolated himself and he will drop. Good kill for Liquid.
All right, that looked like it was going to get scary with the TPs coming in and Laurel having the blink angle, but it happened to Liquid went in time.
Right into the smoke screen. Nisha is going to find Mira. To dodge the avalanche as well. As Mickey looking to finish the job in the Invoker. Now Laurel completely getting going. He's actually going to live now thanks to the support coming in from the south of this side of the map. Okay, looks like he's going to opt to dodge this fight entirely. Another TP out from Liquid.
Has been killed.
Shadow Realm TP with the high fives, but the avalanche is there, so Spirit do get one.
It's a buyback from Collapse, so that's honestly an awesome outcome for Liquid. I thought that was going to get really scary. They're frontlining their Brewmaster without Primal Split. They're starting to TP in heroes. Tiny's finding an angle for Avatos, but Liquid found the jump first and already started the move before the rotations came in. Managed to get out. All of their cores intact. Buyback from Nightstalker is going to set him back a bit. Collapse once again being slowed down. Very curious how he's going to itemize in this game, right? Because we've talked about Crippling Fear being really good against certain heroes, so a lot of the time you want to buy Blink, but I just think there's too many problems. If you blink in, you can get glimpsed away, you get caught in Static Storm.
Oh boy. Dead. Another big kill for Liquid as Laurel will get dropped in his own jungle. Miposhka next. Double kill for Mickey. Liquid starting to mount a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a lead for themselves in deciding game number 3.
Nisha
Radiant's middle tower
is running the map right now. Spirit have to be very, very cautious about how they move their heroes and bring detection and try to find a kill on this Riki. Otherwise, she'll just keep Reign of Terror going.
Radiant's middle
tower's gone. Zai will claim that. So that is what is it coming out right now?
I believe it's a pipe.
Full pipe? Oh my goodness, he is stacked already. This is going to be super difficult for Spirit to fight into. Their lineup's almost exclusively magic damage right now. So as long as Zai doesn't get EMP'd,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Have a huge impact with that item here.
Mira, cover of darkness here. Tier 2 tower. Iron Company starting to invade the jungle of Spirit's side. Not that far off from Radiance for Mickey. As that Sacred Relic. There's one more component to go. Laurel going to be spotted. They have the damage this time. He is surrounded, but Pushka's on the south side. He's stuck inside that kinetic field right now. Static Storm to follow as well. Completely surrounded by this Primal Spirit. Rulings. It ends up being a very easy kill for Liquid. Time that Blue Split is online, it feels like it's just a kill. Now Mira's gonna get spotted, stunned up as well. There's a smoke screen on to 2. Down goes the Invoker. Soulmind is there though. Yatoro trying to clear up on the backside. Not able to even get the support. Has to time lapse back. Yatoro continue on here. They are able to find them. Nisha.
Oh, that's a great tornado.
Several heroes. Yatoro looks like they're able to take out Zai now. The rest of Liquid now on the run. Ixwell a little bit too late.
I'll say Mira's tornadoes this game have been borderline perfect, honestly. There's been so many situations where he's hitting 2 or 3 heroes, and a lot of them he's throwing it in a path where it could end up clipping nobody, but he gets them on like both outer edges. This one was more like a straightforward one. Oh well.
All right.
That was a long chase. He got there in the end though.
They're trying to kill me!
Going to the ends of the earth. Position 5.
That was another buyback from Spirit though, so they end up paying again to get themselves a pretty good trade. This one feels more worth it though. This time they got the Riki out. Very big kill. The kill bounty for that one being claimed by Yatoro, and he also claimed Insania basically solo.
Yatoro in a bit of trouble, does not have mana for his ult. Inside that smoke screen, down he goes. Liquid, find Mira in addition. Nisha, double kill for him. Not too far away from Manta.
Bedlam on Riki is dirty. Going in, he's throwing out all his stuff, tricks of the trade, and essentially just killing people from just from beyond, you know, he's not even targetable. That Willow extra burst is very, very helpful there.
Sounds like we're gonna have a nice listen in here. See what they have to say. Okay, well, very
insightful.
eloquent.
Very insightful. Thank you, Mickey, for that.
Very nice. As Zai trying to take out the Tormentor.
He'll get there in the end, surely. Oh,
He might die in the process.
Oh
Not
my.
careful.
Oh.
Run away, Zai! Torby's got some revenge planned here. Keep ignoring him. And Misha wants a high five from a building.
Yay,
There we go.
go.
Eventually they find its Spirit as well. Laurel gets the shard. Interesting. He gets it for the side of Liquid. So they already have 4 shards on Spirit.
Yep. I mean, they have some very good ones to buy, right? Strobe, Weaver, Night Stalker, all want to buy it. So, not really surprising that this can go to Laurel. It's going to be nice for farming, right? He has tree grab, but... Yeah, I guess they would... Maybe they would have rather had the Invoker one if they got to choose themselves. The EMP pull plus bigger damage is pretty damn nice in a game like this with how high chaotic non-stop fighting is going on. But if things slow down a little bit, the tiny one will also be very helpful. Laurel is starting to work on a BKB. It seems inevitable that all cores on the Radiant side have to buy this item. There's just too many problems. Riki is an issue, Static Storm, Willow, Brewmaster ult. All of it is insane control. Collapse, gonna get spotted.
Inside the smoke.
That is
well, just trying to TP. Very ambitious.
Yeah.
He's gonna die. 70 seconds.
Radiant
Tower looks to be Liquid's to claim. Fortifications there though.
That's a dieback too. So, you know, wonder if Liquid are gonna think about a potential Roche here. You're in the right side of the map. Your lineup is not the greatest at it. Obviously, if Spectre had a Manta, it would be a lot easier. Still, at least has 4 points to Desolate, which makes it a lot faster.
That lineup is pretty garbage at it.
Yeah,
Riki does this a decent amount, I guess. He can keep the aggro off.
Yep. It works.
Dire's middle tower.
Now, okay, this was something I was thinking about the other day. Now, Nisha's going Axe on Riki. What happens if you put Bedlam on him and it jumps into a hero? Does the Bedlam then follow that hero? It should, logically, right?
Yeah, it should.
Maybe it will crash the game. Let's hope that's not the case.
Back up, I'm sure. Just start a turbo mode game. If that ends up crashing it.
Well, if we do a turbo mode game, that's probably going to be like this one was anyway, right? Close on the glimpse there, and Insania just barely got away. Miposhka there.
Now, what if Rubik? Oh, that actually might crash. One employee at Valve, janitor. Entire job is clean up all the issues with Rubik.
I think they have 5 people employed full time to
never
make Rubik and Morphling work in Dota is. It was a choice.
They regret it, I'm sure. That Manta Miposhka, he looks to be very dead.
Oh, wait, you got it.
A lot of trouble.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like Ricky's going to stay alive here. Terrorize is there, not really clipping too many heroes. This Nisha gets off the smoke screen again, but the right clicks are way too much from Yatoro. Actually will live through this engagement. It's collapsed now, taking a Spectral Dagger. Nice Tornado onto 2. Dives there with that Primal Split available. Mira, to go in, is just going for a D-Ward, knowing that he is likely dead. So 2 for 1. Favor works for Riki.
That team fight is basically the perfect example of how important BKB is going to be for the rest of the game. Yatoro is able to take the fight to Nisha, pops the BKB, knows that nothing is going to kill him for a while, and they do get that pretty big kill, but still solid sequence from Liquid once again. They're up 4K, they have Spectre. We know how fierce this hero can be late game. This is the same matchup that we saw in the previous game in this series with the Spectre versus Weaver. I say previous game, literally. This time the Spectre team is the one that's ahead. So that matchup is going to be very, very different.
Split use that, by the way. A big cooldown. A couple of minutes now without that. We'll see if Spirit try to capitalize as BKB for Laurel is there. Finally, the Manta comes through. Riki, he's got the Radiance Manta. Zai going for... A lot of times we see the Brewmaster go for Radiance, but probably don't want to, so going for the auras.
This is an interesting choice here coming down from Spirit.
Scanned out.
Yeah, that was an instant scan, but no Brew Split makes this very difficult for Liquid to do anything about, so... Not that I said that's interesting, it's actually kind of an obvious play, now that I think about it.
You're right, it's not interesting. At least interesting.
Yeah, very, very straightforward. They will grab it. They just go for Yatoro. Unsurprisingly. Very uninteresting that they put it on him. That was what you could have expected.
They're really on a roll today. Very uninteresting.
Oh, I tried. So, let's see, what big items do we have coming up next? So, with that Roche, things are probably going to slow down a little bit for Liquid's ability to play aggressively because Weaver will be very hard for them twice in a row. So we'll probably finish the MPB within not too long. It's about, what's that, about 1,500 off it. 3.5k, excuse me. So it will actually take quite a while. But he needs it, because he's against Brewmaster, and he's against the Radiance from Spectre. Seems like a straightforward thing. And something we haven't really talked about in this game is break, right? That was a conversation from last game against the Spectre, where we ended up seeing it coming out in the Spirit Breaker. Who's gonna buy shit Silver Edge on Radiant lineup? Night Stalker?
I think they're not tiny.
Tiny could.
Kind of meh.
It can work, of course.
I mean, eventually you get the Ags, right? So you have crit anyway.
Yeah.
But then, like, that's kind of, you're doing that from afar a lot of the time.
That's why it gets awkward, right? Because you...
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Oro out of there.
He felt a little bit... He felt a little bit extra confident because of the Aegis and maybe thought they weren't even going to try, but they're shying away from the fight there.
Radiant are
Flax has his shard, eating up creeps.
Eyeing up a nullifier into dagger, currently.
BKB for Liquid. We have an engagement here. On screen again with the Spectre Dagger. Man, he is just stuck in place. Cannot do anything. It's still the Aegis, of course, on the side of Spirit. They have a this initiation from to Laurel, but he's going to get glimpsed back out right off the bat. Going to break things up for the time being. 3 minutes still on this Aegis. Spirit trying to force something. Collapse wants to steal the Wisdom right here. That'll be a pretty big steal. He's pinging it out. He has perfect vision of this. So will be the scan coming out from Liquid. He's
will be too late. Actually,
not going for it. He wants Insania instead. Crippling here now onto 2. They can get the primal flip, man. They can do it. He cannot get out his ult. 50 seconds dead for Zai. There's a huge ult but not available for the side of Liquid. They're going to lose Grimstroke though to start things out. Getting pursued. Looking at Half HP, taking so much damage. Weaver just rips him a new one, but Laurel dies shortly after. Lots of trades on both sides. Throw up the BKB. Sunstrike not going to clip. Ghost Scepter's there for Boxy, but will eventually die.
Good exchange again for, I say again, the good exchange that time around for Spirit. They basically equalized the game in terms of net worth, and starting to see this Weaver really pop off in the fights. And I guess most importantly for them, Laurel is significantly overtaking Nisha right now. It's kind of flatlined a little bit. Nisha was running this game, and a couple of fights in a row now, they've been able to isolate and kill off this Riki, who's kind of struggling to find a footing. As soon as he gets crippling feared or get caught by the Tiny, you don't have any BKB, can't really guarantee reset and get out of there. So he's very much dependent on other heroes causing chaos, and the #1 chaos creator in his team was the first hero to die. Namely, Zai not getting that final split off was huge. And Honestly, Collapse's choice to scout the Wisdom Rune, see it spawn and then not go for it, and instead go for the jump was fundamental in his outcome. So, very good decision making on his part. It's now rocking. Shield 4,000 health on him effectively with that right now. We're losing all to Spectre illusions. Very normal, but
Look quite tanky and looks beautiful. Going white is this surprising at all?
Dire's middle tower is
I'm
under
a bit more in favor of Liquid than I thought. It's like a 50-50 game. Maybe it is a Spectre.
Gaben loves Spectre. It's always
true.
I think any game that's even on gold and at 30, Dota Plus will always favor the Spectre. I don't think I've ever seen it not favor
Dire's
Spectre.
middle tower has fallen.
I mean, it is a monstrous late game hero, right? And I guess the sample size and how these games go, maybe not the biggest, but
Really hates Weaver.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dagger now online. Lapse. Blink, Crippling Fear. You can get the Brewmaster during that time. This is where like an Eon Disc becomes really valuable. Stuff from afar from a teammate. He just has to get off Primal Split in these fights for them to have a chance.
he's going BKB. So he's going BKB Pipe Octarine, which is a very, very defensive build, right? You don't get that offensive aura, for example, when Tolkarass. Maybe this is just necessary for him. Aeon Disc doesn't give you the safety either because Weaver is one of the carries that doesn't mind buying Nullifier whatsoever, so he could just stick on you and kill you and cripple. And you know Night Stalker is also likely to buy that item, so yeah, probably BKB is the right choice. But it doesn't feel great for Zai to have to itemize like this. I'm sure he would way rather get something else.
Okay, trying to TP out. He's going to be spotted though! Already at half health. All he can do is stand his ground, but eventually does die.
That is
Big kill for Spirit.
real big. He was
out of hand.
He was on a 7 kill streak. The kill bounty actually going to push his way. I wonder what he's going to buy with this.
Aghanim
Currently only has that glimmer, but big kill bounty against the Philosopher's Stone. He's going to be working towards something bigger now. Blink.
I mean, Axe would be
Radiant's
really
middle
good.
tower is under attack.
Oh yeah.
Get the illusion of the Spectre. Collapse. Going to find another target. This time Insania. And that Ghost Scepter, but
Dire's top tower
going to buy him a
is under
little bit of
attack.
time. Spirit trying to create as much space as possible, although Roche cannot spawn for the 2 minutes. Fastest Yatoro with the
Dire's
alacrity
top
applied.
tower
Tier 2
is
tower
falling.
their way. Yatoro is starting to get a lot of items.
Yeah.
Running out of room in his inventory.
Grabs himself a Defiant Chill as well, so... Oh god. Out of armor, even more attacks. So you see the Geminate attack, but then if they fight back, he attacks again.
Right.
He is really putting some pressure on Zai. Just showing who's boss right now. 2 or 3 neutrals do we have coming to the other side? So we have the Elven Tunic on Spectre, which isn't that impactful against Weaver, who already has the True Strike of MKB. Quiver on Willow. Another Elven Tunic, Riki. I mean, this MKB is very good right now, I have to say.
Army time for Spirit. This will be their final shard, so Mira will get it. Unless there's a bug in the game and it goes to Team Liquid.
I mean, they could still lose the fight.
Yeah, they
they're losing.
are losing it horribly. Collapse refuses to give up. Cannot stand this building. You must vanquish it. Potka with one more Inkwell will run away in shame, knowing that he cannot stand up to the great cube. The game cube has been conquered, though, and Mira will take the shard. So now you have the full effect on EMP.
Yep.
Maybe the most annoying shard in the entire game, I do say so myself. Very good.
Yeah, also increases the damage, which every little bit helps, but mainly the pull is the heal of that one. Okay, lead now for
Dire
Spirit.
are scanning.
Tormentor is so strong. Like they almost lost that one 3v1. They had to swap out heroes, call in the bench. Barely win.
GameCube had God mode activated. Toro's going to show himself on the wave, and
Radiant are scanning.
Very high pressure situation. It feels like the game is a little bit... It's not exactly on a knife's edge right now. Like the Spectre team, obviously, even being behind can fuck with a big fight, but the writing on the wall here is that the next winner of the fight will probably get
Radiant's
ropes too.
top tower is
So
under
gotta be
attack.
very, very cautious how you take the fights, and vision is really the deciding factor in this game. One team playing with the Riki to find heroes and set up his team's success, the other team with the Night Stalker with a gem. transformation.
Radiant's top tower
You've got to
is
react
under
real
attack.
fast when he's dropped out of invisibility.
Silver Edge for Laurel, so they have the break. Take out Mickey.
Yep.
Will be the
Radiant
Axis.
are scared.
They're blockading.
Yep, he pops his BKB, but he's already at half health. Gets off the avalanche. Trying to... Oh, okay.
Limps? Not quite.
Okay, the BKB was
That
still
was
there.
close.
If
Yeah.
you time that just right, it can be devastating. But the BKB is down.
Nice TP from Laurel as well. He TP'd the moment the basher stopped proccing, because then he has a very high chance of not getting a second basher on him, so he did get out of that one. Quite funny.
Which is coming up soon. Collapse wants to take a fight. They're trying to apply all their pressure to the Spectre, but they don't have the break with them right now. Vera taking the brunt of damage from Nisha on this. Riki pop his BKB, wants to finish off the Invoker. He does so successfully. That's an instant buyback from him. As Nisha, only with one smoke screen to go, Collapse just trying to bash him down. He will do so. They will buy him back immediately, though. Now, anyone on the fight is boxing guys inside that can then steal Mickey, trying to play some pressure to Laurel. Sorry, had help, but there's the break. Can they finish off the Spectre? But no, not going to be enough damage. At least not yet, but jumping in is Collapse to try to finish the job. But there's the Manta style, keeping him alive. Yatoro, though, very healthy, will claim the kill for himself. Now focusing on Zai, whose primal split is already down. Barely lives to the last Gemini attack. Big Sunstrike coming out, double kill for Yatoro. Just like that. I mean, effectively it's a 4v3 right now, but there were some buybacks coming out.
It's a dieback on Riki. Nisha's game really starting to go down the drain here. He is now 6th on net worth, behind every other core. Mid Riki, we said it when the game began, it's a very snowball-y hero, and he was off to a good start, but as big as that snowball became, it kind of just came crashing down, and he just lost all of his advantage. And this game to me right now, it's all Yatoro and Collapse just flat out overpowering him, just kiting them around these fights, outlasting the primal split, outlasting the Riki damage. Yatoro with the satanic, effectively second life in that fight. Collapse just keeps playing the angles with the ult, so beautifully executed from Spirit. Now 12k up. And if last game is anything to go by, Weaver is not struggling with killing Spectre late game as long as there's a break in play. So
True.
you don't have to worry if you're a Spirit fan that they're going to run out of firepower. Tiny is also a little bit of a wild card in that regard. Sure, he's the one applying the Silver Edge, but he could technically Silver Edge hit and then get a couple of trees on the BKB multi.
Force out Zai's BKB already. Yatoro will take that. He still has his Aegis. He's standing trying to get to the tower. Mickey coming in. They do a lot of damage to Yatoro, but he's going to be able to live through his onslaught. He's going to get glimpsed back, though. It's there as well. Satanic healing up nice and sound. One for a potential kill into Zai now instead. Alex is still alive. This is basically a 4v1. Yatoro and Shikuchi's away very safely as Collapse finds some time. With that crippling fear, as the primal split is used from Zai. If they can't get anything out of this, it'll be a disaster for Liquid.
Got a BKB.
Comes back, but the BKB's there, and they effectively get no kills. They do force out a BKB or two.
So much
That's
more.
a big ult down.
I think that split could potentially open the door. But Yatoro decided to take back to base, so he's going to continue farming up. Approach that level 25, which is even more of a damage boost for him. We've seen how hard he's hitting already. Another Geminate attack. Or the Shikuchi talent if he wants that one. Both talents are incredibly good. Shikuchi dropping from 6 to 3.5 second cooldown with that talent allows you to position yourself and fight very quickly mobile. I reckon he's probably going to take the Geminate attack and just try to overpower them during the CC.
Plus, that's going to be more effective than sieging high ground anyway.
Yep. Oh man, Weaver with Alacrity seems to top. He is so strong. Okay, they find Mickey here. He's immediately going to jump out.
Yep. Looks like he's fine. Dodge the bullet there. Liquid going to try to do this eventual push. Still 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, so we'll have to rush this here inside. Crazy from Spirit. From Laurel alone, we talked about that Silver Edge. His Ags hasn't purchased any components yet, but he's almost done with it. Zai gonna be found by Collapse and have to BKB. Fine as a result.
Bounty.
Mickey, oh, he actually finds him with the avalanche. X1 coming as well. Gonna pop that Manta, get stunned out outright. They have the damage to take him out. There's the Silver Edge Break, and with Collapse there to hold him down, that is a very big kill. 80 seconds of no Mickey.
Nobody nearby from his team to help him there. Gotta wonder if that was maybe a little bit too aggressive of a position to be farming in the current game state. All of the top side of the map was completely free and available for him, but playing in that bottom half with no backup.
Radiant are scanning.
That one hurts. Has no buyback. I mean, Spirit don't know this for a fact. If they knew, I think it's a lane of barracks. Honestly, I don't see how you take a fight ever without Spectre alive. You can try to stall it out, but Yatoro has already shown to be way too overpowering. Now at that level 25 top, you might honestly be able to almost one-shot supports before they even have time to react. You really got to be on your toes here.
Yeah, they're definitely playing it safe. Even if they force the buyback, this is a hero that just gets into the fight so fast.
Tower is under attack.
Still, they have that Aegis, so it feels like this next minute, or now, you want to try to push the envelope. Delay tactics from Liquid, glimpsing. The base now, focusing on the building. Alacrity's there as well. Collapse pops his ult, onto the high ground they go. Buildings melt. 7 seconds for Mickey to come back.
Dire's middle barracks.
Collapse hit for 500. We're talking about Yatoro's damage, but this Night Stalker is no joke either.
Yeah, boom. Down goes the melee racks. They say back away. Still 30 seconds on this Aegis, so they don't really have to. They don't want to, but disciplined play from Spirit. This crucial game number 3. Winner of this top 3 in TI. Loser goes to the loser's bracket. The lowest bracket. Whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay, with the Shadow Step, able to find a support in the form of Maposhka.
Yeah, he didn't last long. Immediate reality and then Abyssal blast him. You're not going to survive that as Grimstroke unless you have an Eon Disc here. The kill is just way too quick, so at the very least, Liquid open up a little bit here. Now the question is if they can capitalize on it. They're trying to with this smoke, but they're being very careful with their position.
Just pushing out the lanes, knowing that this tier 2 tower, the outer tower, at all costs. Okay, working on a Scotty. Already 1 ultimate orb in if he wants to purchase it.
This is the best item to buy here. I think it's kind of difficult because arguably you also really want either a Nullifier or Bloodthorn. So you can go in, isolate targets and kill them. Maybe he feels like he needs a little bit of an all-around tanky from this Scotty, but this is a game where Spectre needs to get 6 slotted. Not any hope. So quite a bit to cover for that. Rocking and Urn, I would love to replace that one. I mean, he's considered, I want to say, relatively poor on the Spectre in this game. He has almost 400 CS and still... Yeah, but also just when Spectre has this many creeps and this KDA, I feel like usually the hero has a little bit more show for it. 40 and like I would think this turn would have been placed already, so I wonder where all that gold went. I mean, that's just them being cornered in the base, right? He's probably getting some lower quality CS as well in terms of just raw network, not killing the Ancients, not getting bigger creeps. Be a little bit misleading.
Spirit, they want to just wait for Roche. Another minute away. Smoke from Liquid though. Yep, still on Collapse. I feel like he's not died in quite a while. He's had really much. 7, 4, and 10 right now. Probably one of the scariest heroes. The Night Stalker just coming up high ground, walking through the terrain. With that crippling spear. Tier 2 tower will fall. Spirit positioning themselves for the Roshan to come. It is a minute until nighttime, so if it's not a fast spawn, it'll end up in the top area of the map.
Well, I know one hero that likes when it's nighttime.
True.
I have my favorite for that type of fight.
Invisibility!
He has his ult anyway, so the phase doesn't really matter.
But even if, I mean, it means that if the fight extends really long, still we'll have an advantage. bait up here. Try to get a flank move going. You have a smoke on.
Ooh, really fast road. 8 seconds.
Oh, Mira gets caught immediately.
Yep, deleted. Does have buyback though. That's a long respawn time. Might have to buy back here if you want to contest the Collapse with the nullifier, bringing Dark Willow down to her knees. Fox is dead. Collapse standing his ground against Nisha. Doesn't really care about anybody. Primal Split already activated. Laurel swiftly killing a couple of them. Get pursued. He's going to get dusted. In fact, now he's kind of all alone. He's going to get abyssal bladed by Mickey inside that static storm. Now, big kill for Liquid. No buyback for Laurel at all. They do find Ricky on the other side, though. Big trade for the likes of TSpirit. Mickey trying to run away. Being pursued. Nullifier with the blink from Collapse. Double kill for Yatoro. And Roche will be joining you very shortly.
And despite having that Ag Static Storm, if they don't have the Ag Static Storm, I think Tiny doesn't die. He couldn't use the cheese, right? So that could have been big for Liquid, but it's just not enough. Riki keeps being traded away in every fight. Spirit are on top of him, and now we're going to siege the high ground once again. And with these buybacks unavailable, this is absolutely the second lane.
Oh, yeah.
They could probably get second lane plus Roche here. We'll see if they try to fight over more than that, if they want to try to get Megas even. I mean, Weaver pushes stupidly hard. It's a very, very quick push.
That's backdoor protection. Doesn't matter.
Oh, all right.
Like the old Dota 1 days. Now the backdoor protection's gone. This is second lane of racks for TSpirit.
That took 10 seconds. They could get Megas here for sure. He's not going to back off.
50 seconds with no Spectre, 30 of no Riki. Just a Brewmaster and 2 supports.
They're going to keep glimpsing back.
The damage is still applied. It could be global for all he cares. Delay tactics coming from Liquid again. The BKB pop from Collapse. They have the win in their sights. They take out the tier 3, but now backing away.
Yep. Primal Split is they're gonna respect that with the Riki respawning. And this means now in the upcoming fight, if there is one, Spirit will be inherently favored once again with that advantage. No Primal Split.
Well, it means they can just go for rogue.
They're gonna have a sense, exactly. So it's not even gonna be a fight. But if there were to be one, wise to stay away from this one.
Roche wants to leave, knowing what fate is coming for him.
God,
there's the Aghanim Scepter, by the way.
Wild.
That is going to be Aegis, the cheese, and now Refresher Shard, which Collapse is going to hold for the time being.
It just... Did I hear a cheese?
Well, there's still a cheese on...
No, we had that already, right? I think it instantly ate the cheese.
Okay. Really hungry. Definitely ate it.
Sometimes you're just hungry.
Yeah. Aghanim Scepter now there for Maposhka, by the way. Talked about this as a potential thing. His Dark Portrait.
Oh, they find Mira.
He bought back recently. So it's technically a dieback, 5v4.
They need to hurry back to base. This is fast.
Range Rax is going to die with one more right click. In fact, they might be going for the kill chase. Collapsing into perfectly clear. There's the Abyssal Blade as well. Is that enough damage to actually get a kill here as Mickey trying to limp back to his fountain. But Laurel and company forcing out the fortification. Now Laurel looks like he's going to be the sacrifice for TSpirit. They don't get what they came for, but they did force a fortification.
Yeah, Weaver needs 4 free seconds, and this is Megas. Honestly, Yatoro could maybe Kikuchi in there, pop BKB, and just go for it, but playing it really safe here.
Yeah, true.
Not going to take that risk. Collapse looked to have the opposite opinion. He popped his BKB trying to commit, but they ended up kind of having to back out. Or rather, no, actually he didn't pop his BKB. He popped his BKB to escape away from the glimpse, so take that back. They were kind of in the same state that was recent. And now Liquid, will you try to do something with this 5-on-3? Buyback available on Tiny. Just get the hell out of here. Around. Risk is too high. There's enough to obtain by forcing this fight. You know you are this close to top 3. Fight. Might not even need to fight. They just need to get to the base.
Yeah, I mean, look at the top lane. It's pretty push, so...
Yeah, Mickey has to take care of this.
He's going to show himself, push out these lanes. You're right, especially without that fortification. It's creepy if Weaver's in your base, but Liquid want to do some base pushing of their own. They're sick of being stuck in their own. Okay. Holy! Getting surrounded and destroyed. Does have his buyback intact.
He was not ready for that jump.
Everything out here. The Primal Split taking out the tier 3 tower in the bot lane and now focusing on the barracks. TSpirit, are you going to lose the barracks after all of this? Collapse, again, still has his buyback available. Primal Split is ending though, so Not a whole lot of tower damage after the fact.
His top portrait is effectively forcing them out. Look at
Tower is under attack.
Oh my god.
Pretty strong.
Yep.
Won't lie. Doesn't it do more damage than Spectre?
That's about the same, I think.
Right? 150% outgoing damage. Strong.
Yep.
The barracks will remain for Spirit, and the buyback as well for Collapse, which is definitely the bigger deal at this stage of the game. Still, that
Radiant's
put a bit
middle
of pressure
tower
on the
is
Spirit.
under
Now you got
attack.
45 seconds, you gotta wait. Takes it off the Aegis, so it's essentially a minute to work with.
If Collapse hadn't died there, this... Oh?
That was creep. He was feeling creep.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard a really loud sound. I was like, oh, nuts. No, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry.
Dire are scanning.
He's going to be spotted. I was like, oh, there's a panda here. Forcing out the BKB. Light still doesn't seem too bothered by it.
It's a decent chunk of Spirit's lead that was lost there in
Radiant's
that
middle
exchange.
tower has fallen.
Liquid got a couple of towers, they got a big kill. Suddenly starting to feel within reach for them once again. And if they can outlast the Aegis and take one good team fight, all of a sudden this can start getting really, really interesting. Spirit are probably going to try to force this bottom barracks within the next minute, I would imagine. They really want to just escort this creep wave that they've got coming. Liquid is not going to let them reach the base. They will try to take this fight outside. Smoked up on Brewmaster with the ninja gear.
Butterfly now secure for Mickey, despite Yatoro having MKB.
Base. We're worried about the implications of this fight, our Spirit. Calm.
Should know that there's still no fortification, but going for the bulldoze approach, maybe not the best. It's not a Spirit Ranger. That was a joke. Thanks.
Yes.
Very tense moment now.
One guy in the audience liked it.
We all digest that great joke. Time of death, whatever, 51 minutes, 40 seconds to kill the game. Orbeez available. Nobody's thinking about that, though, other than me. 9K lead for Spirit, which at this stage, not very much. Building advantage. Definitely in their favor. Collapse popping the ult, looking for Zai. Crippling Fear is there. Pop the BKB. That's all they want to get out. Nisha, trying to go on top. He's got the Abyssal Blade onto Laurel, stuck inside the static shoulder. Pops the BKB of his own, and will walk away safely. Everyone just trying to wait out this primal split now. Collapse, looking for Nisha. Double fire still applied, and Laurel kind of just stuck in place. He's going to eat the cheese to survive. Nisha's dead, though, as Collapse basically soloed him. Does have the buyback available. Easy expensive at this moment. Looks like Mickey's going to be next on the list, though.
No buyback on him.
That's big. No buyback for him, so that's a 4v5 essentially, with the buyback now coming out from Nisha. Collapse for the kill onto Zai. Tornado for the time being already at half HP. He's just melting under the pressure, and that's another hero without buyback on the Liquid side. Effectively 5 versus 3. All is open for Spirit to potentially take this game number 3. A couple more right clicks and down go the rest of the buildings. Mega Creep secured for Team Spirit. Now going for the tier 4s. That's the last fortification for Liquid now. Yatoro using Satanic to pick off Curse Crown, not even caring about anybody. It's so much building damage. Already both tier 4s down to static, so they're putting all their efforts onto the Weaver. Laurel literally ignoring everybody, alone with Collapse, and they will take down the Ancient, and Team Spirit